Shalom, Yasharallah. First and foremost, I want to say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth and righteousness and sincerity. To you Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. To those that passed on serving the Lord, the dead in Yahweh Shai shall arise first. To you sisters who believe, keep encouraging and supporting your brothers who are here teaching this truth, and always commemorate the sister who washed Yahweh Shai's feet when you read the scriptures. I wanted to talk about this, they call it a dais. Whatever that is, a roast of Kevin Hart. And, basically, in a nutshell, all it is a bunch of people gathering around to make jokes about him. And other people of color, so-called black people, got stray shots during that roast, like George Floyd, who's passed away. And I gotta say that when it comes down to humiliating it, being an Israelite a lot of times is being humiliated for your own people, man. The level of humiliation that I feel sometimes, because sure, I could say, well, I'm Hispanic, I ain't got nothing to do with it, right? But I do. I'm Hispanic, black, Israelite. We're all one and the same. So when I take personal, when so-called black people is disrespected, that's what all Hispanics should be. We should all look at it. Now, in this particular case, we just understand, Satan is Satan. Even in jokes. I believe 9 times out of 10, every single joke that a comedian said on that roast, or at least a good maybe 50% at the most, was probably not even written by the comedian that said it. For all we know, the jokes could have been written by a black person. But the bottom line is, certain things, like even, I forgot who it was whose father passed, Pete Davidson's father died in 9/11. Like, you thought that shit, that shit ain't funny. Like, these roasts are joking on another level. Like, you're joking on dead people. The first one, they was making fun of Aaron Hernandez, who I still to this day don't believe he was a sodomite. I still to this day believe that a lot of that shit was fake, that they said about him in these different, what's that called, documentaries and shows and shit. But you're making fun of people that are not here to defend themselves. And that's the same thing that happened there, even to Pete Davidson. As much as I can't stand him, it just goes to show we're taking comedy to a level where, like, you can make fun of somebody's dead relatives, and even Draymond. Draymond was there. Draymond's a scumbag too. I don't like Draymond Green, but after the jokes about him, like, I would have choked the shit out of one of those motherfuckers if I was on that stage. They must have done something beforehand, or they must have came to some agreement and talked and said, hey, if you're going to be here, everything's fair game. Your mother, your father, you don't give a damn if they're dead. Because there was some shit said that, come on, nobody should be allowed to sit through. And it's kind of like, what? The person that was getting roasted or whose family members was being made fun of, like, they should feel different about it. They should be okay with it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, that's just weird. I don't know. I don't understand, like, but you could count on our people, so-called black and Latino people, to not check people for saying racist shit. Because none of those motherfuckers, if so-called black people stood on business, not only would they have gotten the shit choked out of them on stage, they can't walk around safe. You know, but that's y'all world. That's y'all world. Everything's fair game in America. You can make fun of somebody's dead relatives and shit. Like, I would not be able to sit there and let people make fun of a dead relative. Pete Davidson, even him, he should have, when motherfuckers started making fun of his father. But like I said, they probably came to some agreement and said, hey, this is just for comedy. We don't mean it. But what's the difference whether you mean it or not? You fucking said it. We're in a society where people say things they don't mean. That's what the problem is. There's too much of, oh, I didn't mean it. You know, I didn't mean it. It's just a joke. Haha. No, this shit ain't funny. I don't have that level of, you know, I got an ex that says, oh, you're so literal. Yeah, you damn right. I'm very fucking literal. You know, but anyway, you know, that's all I had to say. It's just a stupid thing that you know, our people do, engaging with these fucking devils and demons. Like Jeff Ross. If you ever look that motherfucker up, he is the most, he looks like Satan. Which he actually portrayed Satan in the first roast that I saw with Tom Brady. I heard that there's been other roasts, celebrity roasts. I don't know. That's just crazy. It's fun. Some of the jokes be funny. I ain't gonna lie. But some of them just be too fucking low. And it's like, you know, Tom Brady is one thing. I think when they roasted Kevin Hart, that they took it to new lows with that shit. But anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.